Welcome back to the NDS. We are here at Kansas for race 31. Take a quick look down the qualifying order. And back up we go. And we are off. All 42 starters down and away. From front to back. The 45 of Cody Goforth on pole for the event. As the cut line stands, Toad Warrior 2 points behind Tank Gunner. You see them on the inside lane close to each other. 34-42. As let's get this party started. We are green, green, green to kick off the Toyota 400. And a huge jump by the 45. Caught the 9 sleeping. As there they go. You got a lot of drivers that qualified well, but aren't really having great starts. The Puff and Mizzou getting into it back there. Tiger Man having to go high as the 50s down low. And first lap completed. The 45 is going to get there at the line. Good stuff so far. But I think the low line is going to win out in the end. Toad Warrior is pushing the 9 around. Trying to keep the points on the 42 as Tank Gunner a little bit behind. Needs to find a way to get past that 34. That is the battle. Tiger Man not exactly sitting pretty either. I mean, still plus 20 going in, but that could all go away in a heartbeat with a bad run. 87 of RBV. Trying to get into the top 10. They're 3 wide. Plenty of 3 wide. Monaco thought better of it. Tried to carry speed on exit, but just couldn't get there. Canadian Lux is pulling away. As the top 5 line up. 6, Tank. Yeah, and back here you could really see the desperation for some of these drivers that need to keep their seasons alive. That one, Racers 41, Misty Vipers 31, and Seto's 24. All 3 of them in must-win situations currently sitting pretty deep outside the top 10. Our driver's doing a great job getting past the 50. Oh, Misty Viper's got a good run. He's looking kind of nice here. So far, Toad Warrior in second right now. I've seen a lot of races for the 34 team just not materialize this round. So this time, just looking for something. That's all they could ask for. Ben McDonald, Tank Gunner, making up 1 spot at a time here. Kyle D in the top 10. RBV back there in the 87. As Ben is kind of leading Tank around here. The 42 doing what he needs to do, but now under fire from Goforth. Yeah, Tank doesn't need to keep losing spots like that if he wants to stay in this thing. Out front, Toad Warrior is getting close to the lead. Good old 34. Back to the point. Hoping it goes better than Milwaukee last race. There's Tank and Goforth and Zentz. Oh, Zentz didn't have a good entry. That's going to cost the 45 some ground as well. As Tank starts making up those spots. Back here, RS Fast and 11 already into the next round for the time being. Hamill's got himself inside the top 25. Racing Fan This is the last race of our little in-season trials that has been going on the past 5 races, and he's got the most points, looking to finish strong on that one. Born Ready not having a good race. Exo Tiger, middle of 3. Couple of fantasy drivers all around. Team Duke's season from hell continues. Port near the bag. And yeah, wait. Oh God, what happened to Dirtman 5? Dirtman stacking them up, and all of a sudden that battle's on. 34. Something happened with Dirtman 5. I don't know what. And we're still green. We could check that out later. Toad Warrior gets in front of the 42. That's all he could ask for. As they run, Toad Warrior would be in if it comes down to a tiebreaker and points, assuming they both run top 5. And Zentz is trying to attack the 42 at this point. Oh, Tank does not need to get spun. That would be the last thing the 42 needs to see. That one racer, Seto, they're both on the up and up. But the 41, his advance up through the field is going to start now. Oh, Dirtman 5, way down the track. Oh, and the 38, and they wreck. Oh, big trouble. Port, Darkest Presence. I think that's more trouble. That's Landon in the 20. Caution's out. What the hell happened? I'm not sure where Dirtman 5 even was that entire time. What happened to Dirtman? He was just so bad the last couple laps. Oh, Dirtman 5 was off pace the entire time. Dirtman 5 was just so off pace. He was like 3 seconds slower the entire time. No wonder he caused a caution. He tried merging up in front of Racing Fan, and they both get into it going into 1. And then Dirtman just goes up back into the 38. No real way around it. He just wrecked them all. Derek bombs, 13 gets destroyed. Port, Darkest Presence, they get into it. Oh, Landon had really nowhere to go, but kind of got scraped by some other cars and then gets hooked by John X. Sully. Everyone's pitting right now. And I think Ben's going to be the first one off pit road. There's Hyper, Toad, then Tank. As the drivers begin to exit their pit stops, the 45 didn't have particularly good stop. Racing Fan wants to get back out there. We were just talking about him in those Redeemer trials, that if he can outpoint, I mean, if the 45, not 45, if the 67 has a really good day and the 38's out of the race now, that could be the difference. He'll get back out there, though, so it's not over. His personal battle. All right, we're under yellow. I think everyone's still on track. No, we got some drivers out of the race. Dirtman 5, Darkest Presence, and Derek Baum all out. Team Duke there. Port's got some damage on the back, but he's 35th. The Puff cycled back. All right, let's take a look at who's running good right now. So it's Ben McDonald over Hyperdrive and Toad. Tank sitting 4th. Kyle D rounding out top 5. Seto and Racer both in the top 10. Could try to move the needle in the playoffs. As Ben McDonald brings us back to green. Green, green, green. Keep our eyes here. Here comes Tank. The 42 is won this. He's got Toad Warrior up on the high side of Ben McDonald as Hyper leads. That one racer wants to try the low side to get some position as well. Kyle D in the mix. As Toad Warrior begins to really go hard here. However, there's not, as Tank takes the lead, that would really screw things over. But look at the number 6. If Tiger Man drops too many spots, that could open up another door for whoever loses this battle. If the 6 falls back, I see Bishop on the high side falling back, but Toad Warrior, he's trying to drive up to second. His Tank is looking free as a bird. Hyperdrive getting that outside more. Surprised the inside kind of ran out there for Toad. Usually doesn't happen. But I think Hyper can try to attack Tank. That could help the 34 in the long run. All of this is not to mention if that one racer in the 41 can win this race, he'd be in, which would ruin this as well. But it looks like the 6 is starting to come back now, so the battle is heads up for this 34. Caution's out. Another yellow on the field. Well, let's see who it was. Oh, Misty Viper. Oh, going into 1. Just gets turned by the 4. I'm not sure if Misty came down or not, but... Oh, might have been higher than Monaco. At that rate, this is almost certainly going to take the 31 out of playoffs contention. As his point situation wasn't as dire as the others, but at the same time, he's all the way back there with no real hope. Exo Tiger coming down pit road. The 84 as well. Just those 2 right now. Well, and of course, Misty Viper as well. Seeing some off strats here. Not the worst deal in the world. 39 still on track. Toad Warrior sits 4th. All too frustrating. Tiger Man all the way back in 14th. That could be a problem if it happens. Derek Hamill up to 12th. Good run for the 67. But all eyes on the 42. What can Tank do to keep his season alive? Green flag is out. That one racer wasted no time finessing Toad. The 41's on a mission. He's got to get it going all the way to the front. Kyle D in the 8 down there as well. Seto's kind of there. Watch out. Toad Warrior gets down in line there. He's running 5th. Nothing up too much up front. Seto getting put up a little high, trying to make the momentum work. Tiger Man trying to slice through the field. Ringo's there. He's doing pretty fine for himself. The top 2 are starting to really pull away from Ben McDonald. Not sure if Ben just doesn't have the speed for it. Racer's trying to go. 34 might try and follow him through the corner, but oh no, he doesn't get the speed he wants on the low side. Top 2 still running strong. And the 6 is starting to come back into this thing. Watch out for Tiger Man. I think Hamill just made some passes to get himself in the top 10. Impressive for the... Nope, still 11th, though. As Zentz comes flying back on the low side. Hello. 31's off pace. I think his playoff hopes are essentially toast right now. Problems on the 35. Oh, this is huge. What happened? We'll check back in on those later as we see battle for the lead. Jake going laps down. This is huge, actually. Did not expect a driver to have problems like that. Jake could be out this round as Tank loses the lead to Hyperdrive. Racer coming in. Toad Warrior still battling some other drivers. If Toad can keep the fight up, then honestly, outpointing the 35 might be the name of the game right here. Look at this. The blazing path. And this is very, very tough to run here. Jake already 4 laps down and counting. So something clearly broke big on that 35 car. They are trying to just pray at this point. Speaking of praying, look at the 41 putting the moves on the 34. I mean, Racer can't point his way in, but he's going to race like he can. Kinda. Kyle D having a low key good points day. This is what the 8 team wants to see. They understand that they're not really the main characters of this season. They just want to have one good run whenever it presents themselves the opportunity to have one. So that's just what they are. Hyperdrive is hyper gone. Take a look at some 3 wide back here. Got a couple rookies going at it. That's Esri and RBV. Going crazy on the sticks right here. Team Duke trying to pull out a good run. And there's Goforth, or Pole Sitter. Back up front, Tank Gunner. All the rage is what this 42 is going to do. As Toad Warrior single file in 5th, it becomes more difficult with each passing lap to see if that 34 can get the 42, or if it matters. I think the caution might be out. Nope, we are still green, but Jake is back out on track. But 35 has returned 6 laps down to the point. That is, they're not done yet, but it's in dire straits as the 41 comes flying in. Look at Racer up to 2nd. That one, Racer's got a season-saving Hail Mary here. Tank does not want to see that one. And neither does the 34. He is becoming increasingly frustrated with his position here in 5th. That one, Racer, all over this. As the racing draws longer and longer. Everybody here is just not sure if the run's going to go super green long as Racer takes the lead. Tank to 2nd. Canadian Lux having a good day in 4th. Kind of seeing the cream of the crop really rise here later in the going. Born Ready in the top 10. RS is in 11th. Not too far from the top 10. Tank is right there. On the doorstep of greatness is all the best are fighting for their shot right now. There are some yellow pit signs. That's why I thought I saw earlier, but they're still here. And it looks like the lap times are, I think they might actually be slowing down a little bit here. The tires are getting kind of a little bit used up, so with how long they've gone green, there's definitely one pit stop in the cards here for our drivers. I'm not sure when a caution will come out for them to be good to the end, but at this point, they're stacking up for 2nd. Tank Gunner Toad Warrior sees his target, but also knows that that 41 might be just a bit too frustratingly far away. I will say one thing. The 35, do not forget about the 35. Also, the 6 of Tiger Man waking up, realizing he needs to point good, so he's just doing what he needs to do to get by. There's so many moving parts for the 34. I think at this point, they have to know the 35 is down on position. So now the radio is, just get me past the 42, and it'll make me feel better. That is the comms they got on the 34 team. The 42, back on the attack on hyperdrive, though. Easier said than done. God, it's going crazy. Racer is starting to gap a little past a second right now. But for the time being, it is the Tank Gunner's legacy on the line. Looking at just the first few that have all kind of pulled away here, this is hype. They're starting to reel in that 41 again. A couple drivers I want to see on the ticker here, where they are. Exo Tiger just kind of hovering that 30th right now, just about 10 seconds back. Not too far away from the 84. Remember, those two pitted not too long ago. And Jake still running 39th. That is 30 whole points back to 9th place. That would absolutely put him out, especially with a lot of the cut drivers running top 5 right now. That would be the nightmare scenario for the 35 team. Seeing just outside the top 10, that's where Krugermeyer, RS, and CS Fast 11 both are. Hamill, still running top 20, pretty good. Angel Madfia with a good run, and RJ Bishop passing Seto. It's looking bad for the 24. All I'm saying. 31 comes down pit road. Yeah, it looks game over for Misty Viper here. Racer's getting himself as long of a run as he can. I mean, it'll be about 23 laps on this run if he comes in now, which, not what he's doing. He's staying out. Ringo is going to be the first one to bite. Tiger Man, CS Fastlane 11. A little bit risky here, but nothing too serious. There's the 38 exiting his pits. Tank Gunner, really the focus here. 41's coming in. 42's coming in. 33's coming in. In. Looks like looks like the whole field's coming in this time. This is really going to be a risky bet here. 62's coming in as well. That's Exo Tiger. The other one would be the 84, who's already on pit road. At this point, yeah, you see the 35 out there. When he was on pit road, I don't think he could make it to the end. So this is almost sad for the 35, knowing they laid it all out there to bear, and still nothing. Nothing's come of it for this team. Tank Gunner's off pit road. Toad Warrior's a little bit further back, but he's got more help. That one Racer is the first one to really get some distance here. Ringo's slinging it around the outside, though. Ringo gets the pass in the 42. At that point, it's all relative for the 34. He did not have the best stop comparatively. Ringo's trying to sling the rock to get the lead from Racer. The 66 is on a mission to prove that he's championship like caliber right now. If Ringo takes the lead from Racer and wins, then the 41's out. And that creates whole new dramas with the cut line. That one Racer needs the points from this. He needs the win from this. Can't point. So with Jake going all the way down and Toad Warrior with good position, I think Toad Warrior might actually be good if he can get into the top 5 without a Racer win. Oh! Hyperdrive is getting hooked. It saves it. Oh, man. What a display here. That gonna hold up some drivers. That's exactly what Toad kind of wanted to see. Go get some drivers past but trying to use the high side momentum to keep the spots, that's going to be the tough thing. If anything, his big battle in this draft here should help with a little bit more speed. Ringo is pulling away from the 41. That one Racer, his season is falling through the grasps of the 66 team. Tank sitting third. Born Ready in fourth with a good run. Not bad here. As the field here is really battling out now. The 34 is clear low. Trying to get some forward momentum on it right now. And Racer, he just has nothing for Ringo right now. Ringo is just absolutely tearing it up out there. Misty Viper, 1 lap down. Tank Gunner in third. There's a couple lappers there trying to make it work. There's Jake in the pack. He's 5 down. Yeah, we'll double check that statistic there for Jake being 5 laps down. That is correct. 39th car, last one on track. And I don't think Jake can even make it on pit without pitting again either, so he's even more fucked. Still, though, the 6 almost wrecked himself out of his chance here, so insane to think about. Born Ready putting a pass on Tank Gunner. That's very good. That's what this team wants to see. That one Racer reeling Ringo back in. Maybe just waiting for 66 to burn his stuff out and then try to long run it here. The 41's back in it. Ringo, Racer, 1-2. Born sits third. Let's go on board with the 41. A little bit of lap traffic ahead. The laps wind down. The season hangs in the balance. At this point, it's a Racer win is needed, except nothing else. See some lap traffic ahead. I think that's Landon and KSS up ahead. That is correct. Both these drivers down on their luck. The 20 and the 44. Ringo has to get past this lap traffic cleanly here. Cannot let the 41 put him on the wrong line, as that's exactly what's happening. Racer's going to ball out and take the lead now. But Ringo fights back on the outside. 2 equals dueling here in the Midwest. Ringo's going to take the outside on Landon. Now, where the 41 goes is important because, he doesn't go. He does not go. He gets held up by Landon there a little bit. But at the same time, KSS repays the favor. So then again, kind of their equals here. That one Racer is not having a good time with lap traffic, but Ringo is clear and gone. The 41 is starting to lose the gap here. Racer is kind of stuck. And look at this, Toad Warrior trying to pull as many points positions as he can. Just he needs to know that if he can finish good enough, he can actually outpoint the 35 and enter the round of 8, even without beating Tank. That's the solace here. That's the mission. 27 points above Toad Warrior. If Jake finishes in 39th, then that would a 7th place finish would absolutely do good. I think Toad Warrior at this point needs an 11th or better to get in. That is the guess. As Ben McDonald kind of getting a little bit bullied by Brogan, but Brogan's all fine. By the time that one Racer got cleared the lap traffic, he's already 2 seconds back and closer to Born Ready, who's running third. Ringo's getting the pass on the 38 of Racing Fan. Just absolutely clearing him. Next car in the lead laps, Fred Jones way down the road. Tank Gunner's legacy hangs in the balance with limited laps left. As that one Racer just seems to be $1 short. Toad Warrior trying to get past Hyperdrive, just trying to bank as many insurance points as he can. It's so stressful out here being in the run. We're at like, what, 6 to go? This is crazy situations playing out. Krugermeyer back in 12th. Very far back from, actually not that too far back, but they're battling each other. Team Dukes in the final spots inside the top 10. Tank Gunner's doing a good enough job sitting where he is. Born Ready. There's Racing Fan. That Racer's passed, but God, Ringo is just too far gone. On board with a 34. Just holding his breath. Just counting the numbers. Hoping he'd be in. It was like this last season. The round of 12 was giving him much grief. But as long as he can keep it clean and keep it decently inside the top 10, it'll be a survival. Remember, the 35, see him all the way back here in 39th. That's what he's racing against. And those points, they add up. Racer starting to gang a little bit on Ringo with 3 to go. At this point, Toad's just hoping the 41 doesn't get there. That's all he could ask for. But look at the gap Racer has to clear in order for that to happen. Ringo taking 2 to go. Up ahead. Racer, the gap stagnates. The 34 in 6th. That's where he needs to be. Everything looking good so far. The Toad Warriors clear some lap traffic. Brogan might have been the attacker here. Oh, Brogan backs off. Not sure if he got a little pussyfoot, but that's going to help with 34 tons. White flag for Ringo. The 66. He himself is looking for a real shot here. He's got himself some wins. He has been rolling in it this season. The breakout revenge tour that everybody wanted to see as Ringo adds a 4th chip to his season with a win at Kansas. And there they go. The finishers that we have. The 35. He's back here just kind of trying to pray the pain away, but still hurts. And there we go. Let's actually take a look at what happened to that 35 team. They were running good laps. What the fuck? Something broke on this car. I think this was the restart. And they were in 3rd gear and they just broke something all over that restart. And Jake he got a tow before the caution came out, but he broke something on the restart, and that's the season. It might be his season. Honestly, I'm looking at numbers, and it's not looking good for him. Final results all the way down. That is how this race played out. Till next time, take care.